Hello, crafty friends. This is Amy. Let's get crafting. I want to show you what I have found at a thrift store. It's a Country Cousins farmhouse. Apparently, there was these cute little collectible pieces, and the stores would have these little pieces on these country cousins. I put it on here to display them, and I don't remember these, but I found this at a thrift store and I couldn't resist. And it had these things that were all attached to it, and so I went to work on getting those taken off, and I just took you know, like a scraper and stuff, and kind of got it all removed. And look at this cute little sign that says Country Cousins. And then there was like a gap there, and in the picture it doesn't show a ladder, but my guess is that would be a great place to put a ladder. Anyway, I wanted to fill that in and make it all solid. And so I'm just kind of going through, and I'm going to take out all those little bits and pieces, and I'm going to I cut a little piece from my scroll saw to fill in so it'd be a solid piece across. I thought that would probably be the easiest and quickest way to get that put in and finish this cute little barn. So wood glue works best on something like this. And then I put on a little bit of wood filler to try and, fill in the gaps. And then I'm just going to put on some nice paint. This turned out super cute, you guys. Keep your eyes out open in thrift stores and stuff. Like I said, I believe it was something that, a store would have sold these little things, and then they would have had these as a display case. So I don't know, if they're very, readily available. I haven't even seen those little Country Cousins. Do you guys, have you ever heard of those or seen those around? I do also want to mention it was UNESCO on the back of this, so that was the company that made them. And I love the little barn doors. Wait till you see what I do with those. Dixie Belle, here we go. 2 coats of drop cloth. I'm in love with this color. I think because it was so dark, I needed to use 2 coats. But when you're doing raw wood, usually with this Dixie Belle, it only needs 1. But I wanted it nice and solid and looking so sharp and clean. I just love that Dixie Belle. It's so fun to use. It's thicker and cleans up nice. Just finishing off, I wanted to do everything with that very pretty drop cloth color and give it a good time in between to dry between coats. And then it was hanging, one was off, so I decided just to remove these. They're kind of cute, but they're not necessary. I'm going to put it back on without using the little hangers there, and again, a couple coats of the paint. Now this is something I've had a long time, and I can put a link as to where they would sell something like this. These are, I had these one time in my Etsy shop. They were hard to get back in, and so I will list another place to buy them. And then that bark brown, I'm just going to put that in and highlight those very cute barn doors. I did get a little paint on there, so I decided to go along all the wood pieces and just add in some brown, and I decided to just do the whole thing because I actually didn't like really like that color. It's kind of a, you can see it's kind of like a oak, yellowish oak or something. So I just put that brown on there, and I love how it turned out, much better than what it was. And it wasn't like you had to go over it super thick. It was just enough to give it some of that pretty darker tone. And I just wanted to add a little bit to the front of the sign. And it was actually easier to put it on with this sponge. These are those makeup sponges you can get at Dollar Tree. They work great for this kind of a thing. And this is what I cut out of that paper pack, and just going to use some a glue stick and put that on and held it in place until it was dry. And again, I know you've heard me say this, wood glue is best to use on, your wood pieces. And so I did allow that to dry, and then my husband did help me with putting in a couple of nails in the back. Aren't those just so cute? I love how this turned out. I'll be able to decorate this and really put some fun things in there. I paid $10 for this. You couldn't even make this for $10. It was just, what a fun find. And here I've got a few fun things, just popped them in there quick just to show you. All right, let's move on to the next project. Okay, this is a Dollar Tree item, the canvas, and then this is one of those stencils that are actually mesh. It's kind of like a silk screen. And I'm just going over the entire thing with just some black acrylic paint and allow that to dry. And now it's dry, and I'm going to take the stencil and put it in place, and it's got a sticky back to it. I think I got this at Michael's. And then just press it down. Now I am showing you a couple ways. I ended up starting out with using those makeup sponges, pouncing it down, and it just was not going through that silk screen. And so then I ended up going with one of my tools to kind of drag it across. That's what I would recommend with something like this, is to line up the put like a little line of your paint. I wouldn't even I went with chalk paint. I wouldn't recommend that. It dries too fast. Go with maybe an acrylic and then just pull it down with a tool of some sort. You could use like old business card, or not business card, but like a credit card or something, and just pull it across, and try not to have it, I don't know how to even say it, but you don't want it to pool underneath there. But it does have that sticky back to it, so it shouldn't do that. Now, when I looked at mine, it was not perfect like I wanted. And, since it was black on the background, you could fix it. So this is how it turned out. I let that dry, and I'm just kind of showing it before I did the touch-up. I wasn't real happy with some of the spots that had bled through. But I finished putting it, just took an 8x10 frame, because this was an 8x10 canvas piece, took out the glass, and then I just popped it in there, and I put the backing on where you can stand it up. And everything fit. It fit out really, it was snug, but it fit nicely. And just secure that on the back. And then I decided to go through and do some touch-ups. And once I did that, I was pretty happy with it. I like how it turned out. But it took a little time just to go through that. So like I said, it's something you might want to experiment on something before you actually do it. And with that silk screen front, you've got to wash it. I washed it with some soap and water. And there it is. I love it now. It turned out super cute. It looked really cute next to my coffee. You could put it on a coffee bar or next to your coffee maker. Such a fun little stencil. Thank you again, my friends. As always, I am always happy to come and make some fun crafts. We will see you on the next one. Happy crafting and take care. Bye-bye.